The Chosen on Blu-ray. This is episode 8, the season finale of this thing called I Am He. So I've really been enjoying the show so far, and the finale was great. And so I'm just going to go through and talk about some stuff I noticed, like it's a book club and it's my turn to talk. When I first saw this dinner at Matthew's house, and I'm so excited that they're showing it because they were kind of pushing it in the last episode, I started thinking about one, this looks beautiful and very nice and comfortable and so welcoming. But when I saw this food, I just couldn't stop thinking of the movie Hook. And I'm like, they're going to get in a food fight. But I know that they're not going to. So Jesus and his friends are about to hit the road. But first, Simon's really worried about his mother in law who's been sick. And listen to what Jesus says.
You mean?
About taking care of the mother-in-law.
Plus, normal Simon is difficult enough. You think I want to travel with a worried Simon?
So anyway, it's kind of a cool touch that it shows that he's there and he's going to help the mother-in-law. But the absolute highlight and simultaneously low light, because it's heartbreaking, of this episode is Nicodemus. He is portrayed so incredibly by this guy. And he's sneaking out of the house in not his full vestments with a little bag there, a little sneaky bag. And this is like the culmination of his entire character. And before he leaves, his wife's like, we have to go back home. Kind of like the last episode. She's like, we have to go back home and I love our life and you have to preach and you have to do your job, and just really grounds him to not leaving his life behind and following Jesus. And so this way that they portray that him finally deciding to not follow him is absolutely heartbreaking and quite beautiful. But yeah, here he is sneaking out while his wife's trying to get everything ready. He just kind of slowly walks out the door. So in the last episode, when him and Jesus were talking, he's like, look, we're leaving on this day at this time from this place. So if you show up to meet us, like that'll kind of be like your last chance. And here he is right there. He's right behind the wall. He's watching them all meet up. And just yearning to be there with them, but he knows he can't leave his life. So they're looking around to see if everybody's there that they're supposed to meet. And look what he does. He looks right towards the corner and says, anybody else?
This is all of us.
He knows he's there.
Is there anyone else?
Says it right at him.
Look at this.
They find some gold. It's like Bible D&D, finding treasure. And Nicodemus just starts to break down behind the wall. And it is, oh gosh, this is so heartbreaking. And he knows it. He's watching. And what Jesus says after is kind of seals the heartbreak of the scene. He says, you came so close.
What do you mean?
Talking about Nicodemus. He's looking right over there at him. Meanwhile,
Simon's correct. Let's go.
look at this. Oh! Here he is. Oh! This is so sad. Because you really, like while watching the show, it's like, just go with him. But they do a really good job of like anchoring him to his life and his wife's lifestyle that she's gotten used to. And, it's not all on her. Like, he also cannot bring himself to leave. But my goodness, look at that. This is the absolute highlight of this episode. For me, anyway. I like, there's the lady at the well later on that's done really well. But this is great. And I think this might be the last time we see him in the show, which is sad. But he did so good. So this ending scene at the well is actually... It's quite charming how Simon reacts to the fact that he can now tell people, because they've been keeping it a secret who he is. And the lady at the well, he just gave permission to go tell everybody. And which is a crazy ending to the season, where suddenly they're allowed to start telling everyone. And it's just like, it's the perfect season ending where to get investors and people to pay for the next season. Like very, very good season. So this is the season finale, and um, I'm totally blown away by the show. I absolutely love it and could definitely watch it over and over, and will show my kids again. I probably won't show the first episode to the youngest. Well, I already showed it to the two young girls, but it's a little scary, but the rest is awesome. And even though it's like boring or whatever, there's not a lot of action, the kids are super engaged in it. So uh, this is awesome for the first season. Like, I'm incredibly impressed. Okay, so here's Simon clarifying that he's allowed to tell other people now. This is
And she can tell others? What food?
My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to accomplish his work.
You told her who you are.
how excited he is. I love it.
What does that mean?
It means we're going to stay here a couple of days. It's been a long time of sowing, but the fields are ripe for harvest.
Look at Simon.
So it's time.
Let's go.
Yeah. And it goes into slow motion. Hero walking, comes up and hugs him. Anyway, it does this treble song, and it's awesome, and it's slow motion. He's got a little piece of grass in his mouth, and it's just like, man, that was a fun season. Like, well done. The mix of the modern with like the ancient is very watchable. It's not quite A Knight's Tale. I love A Knight's Tale, but it's not quite that with like the super like really, really modern. But I mean, it's some of the dialogue is very close with how modern it is. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, just right there. Look at those four. This is good. I'm very impressed. So I would absolutely love to hear what you think. So please do a thumbs up or a thumbs down or comment, because it's really motivating to hear from you. And I try to respond to everybody. But yeah, let me know what you think of the show or if you've seen it. And yeah, during the end credits, it was during the investors, I saw my name on there. It was kind of exciting. It was a long time ago. And I've just now seen the first season for the first time. So anyway, I really, really liked it. So I'd love to hear what you think, and stay tuned for more. See you in the next one. Bye.